Hey everyone, it's Ashley Bissett Summerall with Telltale TV. I'm super excited to be joined today by Christina Anthony, who plays Denise on ABC's comedy Mixed-ish. Christina, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Oh, hi, Ashley. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Now, I heard that you had kind of an interesting story when it comes to how you booked this role and the timing of that. Can you share with us a little bit about how you came to be a part of Mixed-ish?
Yeah, so I had been in LA, been an actor for a while, kind of just trudging along in my career. Been in Los Angeles probably about 8 years and just felt like I've tried to make the jump from theater to television and just it wasn't sticking. And so I come out to LA to book my own television show. I wanted to be, a regular star on a TV show, and it just wasn't happening. So eventually, I've been working this customer service job. I told my friends and family, my reps, my boyfriend at the time, just gonna pack it up and go ahead and go back to Chicago, leave LA. And my manager and my boyfriend convinced me to go on just one more audition. And it was for this small role on what they call a backdoor pilot for on Blackish for a new show where Tracy Ellis Ross would be a little girl and to play her aunt. So I went ahead and went. And sure enough, 2 days later, I got it. I was so shocked that I got it. I just hung up the phone. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. So I just hung up. And my agents and manager called me back to say, like, why did you hang up? What are you doing? And I said, I was just so stunned. I didn't expect anyone to say yes. I've heard so many no's. And they said, well, get up and get dressed. You start in 90 minutes. It starts now. And
Wow.
yeah, so I just jumped in the shower and hurried up and ran from downtown Los Angeles to Walt Disney Studios, which you cannot get there that quickly. And I was late. But when I got there, everyone cheered because Kenya Barris said, Christina Anthony's late, but she just got the job like 45 minutes ago. So it's just been an amazing experience. And for me, it's just a true testament to, like, if you can just hang on, there is a plan for your life. You just have to hold on and be ready when they call you.
Right, right. Yeah, and you really had to be ready. If it was that quick, that's so
Yeah.
amazing. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And what a great role. I love this character so much. What's your favorite thing about her?
Oh man, well thank you. I love her too. I mean, she has her flaws for sure. But I love how bold and unapologetically Black she is. I love that she is happy to be born Black. She is proud of it. It is not a burden. She wants to instill that into the kids and to let them know that they matter. And I think that that's a message that we can never stop sending our children. And when you are someone who is questioning your own place in this world, having someone in your life that says, hey, you matter, you are beautiful, the way you are born is just wonderful, you are perfect just the way you are. That's so important to have adults like that in your life. And I love that Aunt Dee Dee is that person for them.
I noticed too the relationship between her and her sister. Feels like they learn a lot from each other too.
Yeah, and in season two, it's going to be really interesting. We get a lot closer, and I think for sisters that grew up together and then to be separated by Alicia marrying this white man and moving to a commune, and now them being back together, I think there's a chance for them to reconnect. And I love that about the relationship, that it's also teaching a message of, even as an adult, reconciliation and relationship are still important. You're not just out here on your own, that we need each other to do life with. So I love that they're getting close again.
Yeah. And you're kind of speaking to, just the important things that we can kind of gain from the show. Is there anything else? I mean, obviously it's also entertainment, but I feel like you're speaking to things that, maybe we want the audience to gain from watching. Is there anything else that you hope people will get from it?
Every week Mixed Dish has, we have a message, but it's also a really fun and funny comedy to watch. And I hope the message will be that in your own family, in your own relationships, even though you're having hard conversations and you might be having a difficult time, that coming together as a family and being that safe space, even if it's your chosen family, it's your friends, um, having that safe space for each other. I hope that Mixed Dish can help model that for people, that it's we're never going to stop having hard conversations, but at least we can have them together.
What's it like for you to get to play, to get to sort of step back into the 80s?
Oh yeah. So Gary Cole and I joke about this all the time. So I was a very small girl in the 80s and he was like a really wild adult guy. So when we talk in between takes about what we were doing on this day, I'm pretty sure some of them were me like learning to read, and he's like, "Oh, I was on Dynasty that week or something." But I've loved it. I It's fun to look back on that time period because I was a little girl, and to think of all like the things about my mom and my aunts that I kind of idolize, like getting to wear lipstick and high heels, and how they just look so amazing all the time. Some of the food I don't necessarily want to have back. We've had some very interesting meals that were very 80s, like cheese whiz and sprayed canned cheese. That was like a big thing back then.
Yep.
Um, it's it's tough to eat those things sometimes, but yeah, but it's been so much fun, and it's nice to look back on another time period and think like, how would I have done things? It's almost like I'm getting a chance to relive it, even though, like I said, I was a kid then. It's also fun to watch our kids explore different items on the set and kind of be like, what is this for? I can remember a week that I had to give Arica, who plays young Rainbow, which is played by Tracy Ellis Ross on Blackish, I had to give her a tape, a cassette tape, and she needed to put it in a boombox to play for her friends, and she just was like, "What is this?
Oh, no.
Where do I put it? How do I? What is this?" You could just see the frustration, but I was like, "Oh no!" And then I think she looked at the actual tape part of it, and I'm like, "Don't pull that out. It'll ruin it. It'll be terrible." But it's funny too to look back at those things. I'm like, I remember cassette tapes, but they
Yeah.
don't remember. They None of this stuff was around.
Oh, wow. That's so funny with those three children. I mean, I hadn't even thought of that because I'm picturing the episode as you're talking about it too, when she's getting into music and stuff, right? And
Yeah.
um I mean, it seemed very seamless for her, but yeah. Yeah. What a wow, that makes me feel.
Yeah, or the slap bracelet. That was another one. Like, what's the big deal? I'm like,
Mhm.
the big deal is it's a bracelet that you slap. What is wrong with you guys?
They were so cool.
Yeah.
They were so cool. Oh, that's really funny. Okay, and so talk a little bit about some of the comedy, because I have to imagine that there are moments behind the scenes that can be a lot of fun. Is there anything in particular, anything that's really funny that's happened on set?
Oh yeah, I mean, we've had a great time. I mean, obviously, it's a little bit different this season because are filming during the pandemic and we have COVID protocols. And so, we're on a pretty tight schedule, but we definitely have, moments where we're laughing behind the scenes. I can remember Mark-Paul Gosselaar, who plays Paul, our father on the show, uh just like hiding behind a couch, and when I came around the corner, he just jumped up, and I just whatever food I was holding, it just threw up in the air. I'm just like, how could you do this? And it like the take is ruined. You can't even use it. And he just clowning around and having fun. But yeah, we've definitely had some fun moments.
Is there anything in particular that you're excited to see your character explore this season?
Yeah, I'm really excited that my character is going to get to have a crossroads about her career. She's working at Pan Am. Maybe I've already kind of given it away. If you know what happened to Pan Am, it's not around much anymore. But she definitely has a moment where she's going to think about like what she really wants to do with her life. And I think I love that for her, just because she's not a super young woman, and I think this idea of reinventing yourself midway through life is something that a lot of people can relate to. And so she'll have to try to deal with that, like, what's next for her, though she is, mid-career. She'll have to make a new decision. So the great thing about Mixed Dish, we're in a new location, by the way, friends. Can you tell? The great thing about Mixed Dish is if you've been watching Blackish, which you totally should watch Blackish. If you've been watching Blackish, you know how the Johnson family turns out. And if you're, keeping up with history, you know some of the events as they go by. I think Mixed Dish is the fun of taking the journey with this family. So we know that Rainbow grows up to marry Dre, but it's fun to see all the dates that she has with other guys before they get married. Um, we know that Pan Am is not going to last as an airline, but it's fun to see Aunt Denise try to work her way up there and see how far she can get and see what happens with Pan Am. So stuff like that, it's definitely fun to take the journey with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm excited to see what happens this season. I'm really looking forward to all the fun stories that I know we have in store. Before I let you go, do you want to tell everyone where they can find you on social media?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Thanks so much for having me. And I'm on Instagram at Teeny Anthony, TeeNyAnthony. And I'm also on Twitter at Christina Anthony, ChristianaAnthony.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for taking the time again. This was really fun. I know lots of people are going to be excited to see the rest of the season. So thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. Have a great day.
You too. Thanks.